it comes to teams that have stuck together for as long as possible. The only time they haven't teamed together is when they physically weren't at the same location. Here we go. It's Acno and Blaze going up against Jakeyy and Blitz for this best-of-5 winner of this. We're getting in the top 3 here in the Summer Championship.
Yeah, big thing to notice too right off the rip, we do see the Tezca, so Battle Boots underway, and when we covered Southeast Asia yesterday, we did see a little bit of Battle Boots, but it didn't really write too much home. It was kind of a last-minute choice. It was kind of the counter to all counter picks.
I'm not really certain about Boots in 2s yet, and so Jakeyy's obviously been making it work. Acno going to the Tezca on the left side of the stage, but usually as far as the weapon goes, I think it's relatively unexplored in space, and as far as Europe goes, the only player that's really even bothered with the weapon was Machete. So seeing Jakeyy having so much success with it might mean that there's a little bit of a new wave of Boots coming in here for 2v2s as they exchange stocks on both sides of the screen. And Blaze says, gets off me with that down signature. Let's see if they can take out Jakeyy's first stock here before Blaze goes down.
Yeah, talk about us being a little unsure about 2v2 Battle Boots. Still alive, holding on to this first stock. And I think a lot of it is the movement off of Jakeyy, avoiding pretty much anything that Blaze is bringing out, though. That being said, of course, wouldn't be us on the desk without the Caster's Curse coming off immediately. All that's left now is Blaze. Hopping around still with that axe. Has been struggling to find a lot of these initial beginnings to combos, but he's really good about catching out the positioning of other people. That being said, though, a bit of a reset all the way across towards that ledge once more. Oh, Blaze.
Miscommunication there might cost him his stock. Jakeyy goes down there, nicely done. Positions in the air to be able to get hit by the recovery so that he can activate Chase Dodge. It comes back, but Blitz and Jakeyy went for the same ground pound there onto Acno, and because of his stack, they ended up hitting each other, and he made it back. And now they have a chance to take the lead here, because I feel like that team combo was going to lead into what was certainly an edgeguard to steal the lead. Now Blaze, healthiest on the screen. Acno switches right back over to Blitz, and this is those kinds of moments, Keg, that I was talking about that I wished I saw more in C that we'll see all the time in EU, whereas like when Acno sent Jakeyy off the screen, he went right over to help his teammate. Unfortunately that time, missed the gauntlet recovery to save him.
Yeah, and I think, again, when you have extra communication here, something a little bit more unorthodox like Battle Boots can shine more, especially with Jakeyy going that 1v1 against Acno. Worked out well, but the communication came by. Cider came out through Blaze, was able to remove Jakey's second stock, and now Red Team, the more rugged team, the team that hasn't been flawless, making their way in the top 8, now is struggling a lot in game number 1. Acno and Blaze still looking fantastic. Recovery there, trying to save out Acno.
Yeah, Blaze did a great job laddering his opponent there with Axe, almost taking him off the top of the recovery. Blitz so super damaged now, and Sidelight coming through. Blaze staying stacked. Acno still not going down to that strong hit and doesn't get the alley-oop, but that's fine. Not getting punished, and this is all but the blue team's game to lose at this point. They're just doing so well. Weapon throw comes forward there. Some friendly fire. Doesn't really matter, though. It's still 4 stocks to 2. They're just running away with the lead. Finally, the momentum broken up there by the backswing of the Axe recovery, and that falling Sarah will secure the double knockout for the red team. There is a chance here, Keg.
There is a chance. I liked how patient Jakeyy and Blitz were in taking that 2v1 against Blaze down. Blaze down. Making sure that no extra damage was applied. Jakey's isolating out Acno, trying to stuff him to the bottom of the blast zone. A little bit of a pogo coming underway, though. It sends Acno somewhat into the sky, but now Jakey's in trouble.
Let's see. What can the Boots do? Stuff recovery. Okay. I'm surprised he's not going for the active input of Sarah there. He would travel a little bit further, and at low damage, it sends them further as well. He's been opting to hold back. And then that sideline air recovery is just going to take him down there. It was like, I feel like in those 1v2s, you really have to go for some crazy off-stage knockout opportunities at low percent, right? Because it's like, we'll see in the replay there. But what I like about Boots that they have, and we didn't see him really use there, is that you basically are like, when you're attacking with your aerials or your light attacks, you either just like hit them away or hit them away while traveling with them. That's like how the active input works. Whereas like if you have Scythe, you're like, do you want to go left or right? Do you want to go up or down? With Boots, do you want to go forward or more forward?
I mean, I think that was the idea of Jakeyy bringing out Tezca, though, right? It was kind of isolate Acno and send him off stage to have that active input to go, you know, a little too far out to make recoveries a little bit more linear there. But we are going to a new stage, one that we haven't really seen too much of, at least, well, when we did Southeast Asia yesterday, but even
it's
today.
Coming into popularity. I think what you're saying is actually just fair for all regions. Western Air Temple, a new addition to the map pool as of the 2023 season, and only in the Summer Championship, specifically in singles and in doubles, have I been seeing it becoming more and more of a popular counter pick as of late. So I'm curious to see how this plays out here. I think the Spear players are, nicely done with that side signature, but the Spear players that are able to take advantage of the platforms as they move to extend their combos, the ones that are the best at playing on this.
Oh, Jakeyy. Those gauntlets nearly sent Blaze high into the sky.
Acno getting hit by that friendly fire there on the neutral signature. Not a great start here for the blue team, and it's actually 6 stocks to 4 here, Keg. This counter pick working out great for the red team as Jakeyy tries to get some more damage onto Acno's second stock.
Yeah, we're moving away from lances, though. Having that spear now from Blitz is able to help out Jakeyy so much more than before, rather it be its kind of own condensed game. Okay. Neutral sig. Sends Acno away. Jakey's there for the follow-up now. Communication from red team looking a lot better than we saw in game number 1. But as I say that, recovery underway. Jakeyy gone, but Acno surprisingly down to their final stock.
I mean, this happens to Acno from time to time. I'll say it will be surprising if it happens in game 3 after this one. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Jakeyy and Blitz have some crazy combo setups. That's the beautiful thing about Teska, that just like why I was hoping we would see him more in doubles, even though we haven't been for a while. Oh, Acno.
Oh, that's a dangerous situation. Acno was able to recover.
Yeah, that was
literally back onto the stage with his double recovery.
Nice coverage by Blitz, actually, using that recovery to stop Blaze from getting the falling Sair there. Takes Blaze off the top as well, so not only holds on to Jakeyy's second stock, but gets a revenge knock out there as well. Jakeyy going for a hard read on that weapon throw, but this is still a huge lead for the red team. I see this going to 1-1 real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can Blaze even make it back? Oh, great coverage from Acno. Acno went down there to save his teammate. He had to.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of buffer room here, too, for red team to kind of get away with those wild strats coming out from blue team, too. Blitz has to be careful, though. Jakeyy cannot leave him in a 1v2 either, so he's going to preserve his damage as well. Acno goes for the weapon throw, tries the 1v1 against Jakeyy. Off stage once more. Acno with so much damage on this final stock. He's playing a really dangerous game, but I think at this point, he's just looking for that chip damage to help out Blaze in case he does fall into that 1v2.
Yeah, recovery comes through. Blitz still healthy on 2 stocks. Sair's not going to take him down just yet. There's like a window where they're able to... they'll have to get the craziest 0 to knockout onto Jakeyy after Sairing Blitz away to have a chance, and now that window of opportunity is just off the table. Double silent recovery comes through, trying to take Jakeyy off the top, but Acno's all but 1 hit away, I feel like. No dodge. That was the craziest angle I've ever seen Gauntlet Dare send that. Was...
Yeah, it's like the Gauntlet's just magnetized down to the end of the stage.
I promise that's not normally a spike, but just the angle of knockback and the damage that Acno had, being right up against the wall as he got bounced into it at the weapon throw, just sent him straight down. Great game, too.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. And what I really like, though, from Jakeyy and Blitz is that we saw a lot more team-sided play with purely just gauntlets. Double gauntlets from both of them.
Gauntlets are very good in 2s.
Yeah, mini combo potential.
Much to the pain of gauntlet mains and singles, where, like, so much has happened to gauntlets because of how good they're in 2s. I, like, look at them in singles and I go, like, man, this can be tough sometimes. I mean, people still make it work, but, yeah. No, they really leaned into it. And luckily for like the gauntlet team combo flowchart, rarely do you find yourself in a situation where you're stacking the same move out of hit stun where it's a problem. Yeah. Unless you're trying to do like a black hole combo where you like end light into end light. That's never going to work. But off stage, usually you're reversing them with Nair into down air, ground pounder, down light, and recovery, and the combos are so quick and flashy, it doesn't matter that the same weapons are off the field.
So we started with Lions, we went Western Air Temple, and we saw that be a conversion for Red Team. Now we're going to Miami.
Yeah, this is, so the way that I'm thinking about it is Red Team prefers these dual plats. Look at that edge guard off the side of the stage. Acno goes down very fast. Blaze can't save him. And maybe this was a case. Oh, the side sig. I think you know what's rough about that? The whirlwind on the side sig actually has a little bit of a hitbox and Blitz positions to follow up after it, and he got hit by Blaze as he was being swung around, so that combo ended early, but the damage is still good.
The big confidence booster, too, after what happened game number 1. Red Team has looked fantastic, but Blitz has to be really careful. Blaze falls.
Yeah, Blaze falls pretty well. Oh, side air opportunity, no dodge, down air hit.
Jakeyy goes in deep.
I think if you went out for a jump ground pound there, it would have been perfect. Acno really getting schooled off stage when fighting against Jakeyy, and these boots are fantastic. Stuffed recovery goes in for that. It went for a hard read on that jump over pivot down air, and Blaze breaks up the pressure there with the sidelight Nair. Acno still holding on for now. It's between Acno and Blitz here. Let's see who goes down first.
It's great conditioning against Acno to bring up battle boots because Acno loves the fish for that offstage pressure. But if you have battle boots, you're stuffing Acno down where he can't really be in the fight anymore. So it's left to either a 1v1 for the rest of each team, or it's more so just leaving him behind and, you know, Jakeyy goes back to help out against Blaze. Oh, but Jakeyy's stuck in the air. Good gauntlet recovery. Unfortunate team damage there, though.
Yeah, recovery comes through. Blitz goes down. Let's see if they can get the revenge knock on Acno. I don't think they can. Falling cider there.
The
Jakeyy goes down. Acno has been on the stock with this much damage for about a minute and a half. He's been doing fantastic here. He had that one offstage scrap that he lost against Jakeyy, and since then has been focused on just backing up Blaze. Oh, that Sarah could come through and could knock them both out. But so far up to that point, I think the strategy was working out very well for them.
Yeah, and you say that too, that Acno held on to that second stock for so long. Blitz did the same exact thing, and he was still involved in the battle too. And now, essentially, with Acno and Blitz both going down to 1, it's an even game again. This is a blender off stage.
Yeah, it's a very bad blender for the red team because they were the ones that were actually in it, right? The blue team holding on to the side of the wall there. They finally managed to make their ways back, but the spear recoveries coming through. 2 recoveries in a row would have taken Blitz off the top. Jakeyy stopping that pressure with the boots.
Oh, wow, Acno! The reversal!
Oh, no dodge for Jakeyy, but he goes right back on the center stage to help out Blaze with Blitz.
Okay, what can Blaze do here? Good starter, recovery, the follow-up from Acno. Isolation.
One-hit game at this point, right? Downline Cider can do it. Cider goes through. Weapon throw dodge just barely. Acno not opting to go for the edge guard there. Helps out with Blitz. D-Light neutral signature. The most powerful hit unarmed in the game. Weapon throw going up. Blaze not even going to risk going for throwing his weapon there. And the neutral light will be more than enough to knock Jakeyy out on the right side of the stage. They bring it to a match point here, Keg. One more game for Acno and Blaze. And they're up 3-1 and into the winner's final.
I gotta say, I thought going to a more smaller stage from even Air Temple would benefit Red Team more, just because, again, double gauntlets.
I mean, I think that the dual plats are the main factor there.
That's true, yeah. I mean, the dual plats have been really helpful to kind of extend those combos, too. But I want to go back and talk about Acno and Blaze, because up until now, they have both, or especially Acno, loved to go off stage and just kind of disengage a lot of these fights.
Well, I think he lost his love for offstage after games 2 and 3.
Exactly.
Right? Because it wasn't working. And
then
he stopped.
So we saw both of them consolidate, go more towards quite literally the center of the stage, and they never lost a fight since then.
We've got the odd tri-plat pick here. Acno and Blaze opting to go to Enigma for game number 4. The stages that were left open were Demon Island, Western Air Temple, and Enigma. So that actually means that Acno and Blaze are the ones that are preferring the very platform-heavy maps. And this could just be a case where with the Summer Championships, the first official event where dash landing, the mechanic where you can, when you're close to a platform or the stage, is basically usable in bracket, right? And so that's kind of given a lot of players a huge new perspective on how to use platforms. So I'm wondering if that's going to be the case here for them going through the rest of this top 8. But we're already opening up with a really early stock coming down to Blitz, and this is off of Blitz switching from Chun-Li to Rayman.
Yeah, you're retaining double gauntlets, but you go over to Axe City. And I feel like Axes, especially from Blaze, haven't really been the most forefront weapon in this matchup. It's been more so just the Lance Shell. But more extended weapons have been helpful. Acno, stuff to the bottom of the stage, is able to recover. 2 exclamation marks mid, things a little bit nerve-wracking. Good for Jakeyy to control Blaze. Weapon now gone off stage, and he keeps on going. Finding all of these opportunities with the battle boost, but in return...
He keeps on going, but like... was not knocking out, and Blitz getting just carried up to the blast zone. 2 sidelights into a recovery. That's such an early stock. It's 6 stocks to 3 here, Keg. And they're getting Jakeyy and Blitz are getting all the team combos that lead into none of the knockouts, and that's a pretty big deal when you're this far into the game. Finally, 1 ground pound comes through. Double knockout potential here, but Blaze with that nair weapon throw gets himself back to the stage and puts out some risky ground pounds. And is it really risky when you're up 5 stocks to 3? I don't think so.
At this point, you're kind of just banking as much damage as you possibly can to see what happens next. But Blaze does lose that first stock. I'm looking at Blitz, though. Completely, again, disengaged from anybody else. It's just looking for an opportunity for either one of blue team.
You can't play like how Blitz is playing in this situation either, because we're seeing how quickly Jakeyy is taking damage. As Acno and Blaze realize, they looked at Blitz, they're like, oh, he's playing safe. He doesn't want to lose that last stock. Let's go destroy Jakeyy's second stock. And they've been focusing on those team combos ever since. Jakeyy deleted. Ground pound comes through. Dare ground pound as well. Is that going to be it for Blitz? Did he even touch? He did. Goes to the other side of the stage. Jakeyy takes down Blaze, but Acno secures the knockout on the other side. And just like that, it's 3 stocks to 1. And almost guaranteed that Acno and Blaze are going into winner's final.
Love that follow-up from the gauntlet ground pound from Acno, recognizing that Blitz would try to go to the other side of the stage on the platform. Now all that's left is Jakeyy. Like you said, not a whole lot to really work with here. Final stock, though, for both Acno and Blaze. It's not impossible, but with just Gauntlet Tezca against debatably one of the best 2v2 teams in the world
did Acno
here.
mess up the team combo by dashland neutral singing? I think he did. Uh-oh.
Jakeyy.
Got to work on those platform combos, Acno. I wonder what he was trying to do. Was he trying to gravity cancel? I'm not sure.
Perhaps. Oh,
would have been sick if it was a sidelight, though. Now Jakeyy's got to work through this one
no
stock
room to work
two.
with.
Sidelight doesn't go for the downlight because of the dodge down.
Okay.
I mean, Jakey's getting through these startups, but I really feel like it's still just a matter of time. Recovery takes the gauntlets out of his hands, and now they're going to weapon start for the rest of the game until he's out of there. Oh. Perfect weapon throw synchronization there. He had to, like, weave through the center of them and chose to go low, gets hit by it, and that's going to be game. Acno and Blaze taking it 3-1 over Jakeyy and Blitz.
Yeah, by the end of things, Acno and Blaze were just not giving the other team anything to work with at all. It was more so just like, okay, you know what? We can just coordinate better. We can stuff you out. We know someone like Blitz wants to play.